Four. Guys, welcome. If you're on Periscope, hit me with some hearts over there. If you're on Facebook, make sure to drop a comment below. Let me know that you can hear me, see me. Let me know if you can hear me, guys. I got a mic on over on Periscope. Give me a comment if you can hear me. And everybody say hi to Leah. Leah has come on board with me to help out with some of the tasks so I can start creating more content for you guys. And she is running the cameras over there. So when you, so go over there and give a big hello to Leah. Welcome her to the Justice Egan team. It's no longer a team of one here in home business. We got a crew on now. So excellent. So guys, here's what I want to tell you what's going on. I am going to be doing this on a weekly basis. I'm thinking Wednesday at 2 p.m. All right, Leah and I will figure out if that's really what works. We'll kind of get a sense from you guys whether it works or not. You know, I'll be reaching out to my list and asking them what they want to learn, what, you know, and giving them a heads up that we're going to be live. We're going to create kind of a weekly show here. And we've included a link with this broadcast, and that goes to justiceegan.com/live. And on that page, you can get in through Periscope, you can get in through Facebook, but you can also submit any questions you have, because I want to start making this content about you. Okay, I want to create this weekly show here to answer questions that you have, where I can help you with business, marketing, success principles, life, whatever, really. Okay, so let me just go over to Facebook here and see what we got going on. Oh, we got a little background. There. All right, so today, guys, I want to talk to you about content creation. You know, I love Gary Vaynerchuk. He says if you're not creating content, you basically don't exist. If you have a business online, you need to be creating content. Now, what counts as content? Well, audios, right? You can, you know, podcasts. You can do blogs, videos on YouTube, on Facebook, all that good stuff. But what's really, really, really important about content, and why I want you know, you as a person who is a business owner, likely, you know, depending on where you're tuning in from. But the reason content is so important, and the reality is everybody's creating content, right? You're putting content up on your social media. You know, you're actively feeding these platforms with content. But what's really, really, really valuable about creating content as a business owner is it's like internet real estate. Okay, imagine that if you could go out there and just settle land. Like you could go out, you could grab your plot of land, and you could, you know, and it was yours. Wouldn't you go out there and like land grab as much as you could when that land was still available? And that's the way you should look at creating content online. If every piece of content you create is like grabbing a little piece of real estate, and that little piece of real estate becomes a tool, it becomes a bridge to you, to your brand, to your website. It's a way for people to find you, and then ultimately, you know, we're going to move them over to our hub or our website. So, you know, the other big reasons why, if you're in home business, if you're any type of entrepreneur, you should absolutely be creating content is because it creates major authority with your audience. You see, I see people all the time, okay? See people that go out there, they join a system or a business or a network marketing company or whatever, they get their little website, and they go out and they do exactly what the person that they look up to does, right? You know, maybe they follow someone online, they go out there, they promote that, you know, they promote that. I'm sorry, I got distracted for a second. They promote that capture page, and you know they don't get the results the other person gets, right? And the reason is because they don't have influence with their audience. They don't have trust. They don't have a relationship. They're not seen as the authority. That is a huge, huge factor in why people make decisions online. So, you know, I encourage you to do it through content. Now, I'm going to give you 3 steps today that will really help you either launch your content marketing or take your content marketing to the next level. But before I do, I want to share with you some mistakes I see people make all the time. One of the biggest mistakes that I see all the time is that people, they get hung up in their head. All right. Some of you that are on here probably thinking, you know, but Justice, how can I create content? I'm just a beginner. I don't know that much and all that different stuff. And you got to remember, we all started at some point, right? Nobody is like the expert first and then creates their first piece of content. Nobody, you know, nobody's going to show up at your door and tell you you're ready. The reality is you're ready today, okay? And a lot of times we get conditioned to think that, that somebody, because think about how you work in life, right? You graduated school, they told you were done, that you were ready for the real world. You get to the real world, they hire you, right? Then you're looking for a promotion and someone's always giving you approval. Here, your approval's you. You just have to jump out there and recognize that you have value to give. Now, I do want to do a time check here. Leah, what time, how far in are we? Because we do have a limit on
6 minutes.
Facebook. Okay, cool. So, what I want you to understand is you got to get out of that space in your head if you're going to go out there and create content. The key, and I'm going to give you one question, and I would write this down. Think about this question. Or think about this statement. I wish I knew then what I know now. Okay? And that basically, if you just live by that statement, you'll be golden when it comes to content creation, because the reality is you're creating content that teaches you yesterday, you a week ago, you a month ago. You only ever need to be one step ahead of your prospect, right? I'm considered a marketing expert, but there are loads of people who are bigger marketing expert than me, but that doesn't matter because I'm at least one step ahead of everybody that looks up to me. And that's all you have to be. So if you're learning and growing, you know that you know more today than you did yesterday, a week ago, a month ago. And for that reason, you could turn around and you could create content on something you know that is of value to someone who's in your shoes where you were just a short period ago. The biggest hang up is when people look up at the content creators out there, the people they follow, and they go, well, they've already talked about it. I don't know anything I could teach them, right? We think we're teaching up and we're not. We're actually turning around and we're teaching backwards. You're teaching into the past. You're teaching to the person that's where you were at just a little bit ago. So if you go and learn something today on this Periscope, on this Facebook Live, and guys, there's buttons where you can subscribe. If you're on Periscope, throw some hearts up there. I'm excited to bring this show basically to you on a weekly basis. So, I want you to know that if you learn something today or you learn something through a YouTube video, that you can turn around and you can teach that just like that. That's your content. Everything you go into where you want to grow, you want to go in with the mindset of, I'm going to come out with content. And it really is as simple as that. Okay. Now, the first big tip I'm going to give you here when it comes to content creation is knowing your audience. See, we have an objective here. All right. I mean, when you step into marketing, when you want to get leads, when you want to make sales in your business, the objective is, you have an end goal in mind, right? Which is leads and sales. So you have to know who it is that you want to get a lead, from, who you want to make sales to. More importantly, who actually wants what you have, right? Who's the marketplace that you're out to serve? See, once you know who they are, then you can communicate to them. Then you can speak their language. Then you can create content that they want. Too often, and I've spoken to multiple people about this week. Too often, people make content that they're comfortable making or content that they want to make. My buddy Adam and I do these challenges. We're actually launching another one tomorrow. So, if it sounds like something that might interest you, definitely hit me up, reach out and send me a private message. But, we do these challenges, and in these challenges, challengers get points for creating content. Why? Because it's a big time activity. It's a money-making activity. We try and move our challengers out from, that state of being busy. And, we used to have some challengers that would go outside with their phone and they'd say, so-and-so here, and, I'm outside and it's pretty cold today, and, I'm taking my dog for a walk, and I hope you guys are doing awesome. That's useless content. Okay? It's fun if your friends want to see it, that's fine. If you want to say hello, that's fine. But that was the content they were comfortable making. That was what they wanted to put out there. But it had nothing to do, in no way, shape, or form, were they thinking, how can I serve the audience that I'm looking to attract? That's what you've got to do. So tip number 2, guys, is to solve a problem. All right? And, when I say solve a problem, a lot of people go, well, what problem do I solve? Well, likely your target audience, once you understand who they are, think about what keeps them up tossing and turning at night, right? Think about what, how do I put it? So think about, what it is that's ailing them in their business, what it is that's bothering them that your product, service, opportunity might be able to solve. And let me write these down for you so you got them. one is know who you're talking to, right? So I'm just going to put know who, right? Know your target market. And two is solve their problem. Oops. So a lot of people say, well, Justice, how do I solve their problem? Well, it's pretty simple. A lot of times your target market is going to be just like you. So if you want to know how to solve their problem, it's really easy if you just keep solving your problems. And, I put something up on Facebook the other day where a quote, on a picture of me that basically said, listen, the excuse that I don't know how went out the window the moment, the internet reached critical mass here and we dove headfirst into the information age. So if you are struggling, say, making a sale in your business, or maybe you're struggling closing a sale, getting a yes, well, you pick up a book or you go on YouTube or you look for information on how to better get people to yes, how to solve whatever problem you're facing. And the moment you have the answer, you can turn around and teach it to you yesterday. Does that make sense? If you need to figure out how to get your first Facebook ad out, well, you can, buy a course or read a book or go to YouTube or, get on a webinar or whatever the case may be, and you learn how to put your first Facebook ad up. You've solved the problem you had. You turn around, you create content on it. You solve the marketplace's problem. And once you do this over an extended period of time, not only will you have a group of people that really start to know, like, and trust you. See, it's not good enough to just have fans, guys, to have followers, to have subscribers. You've got to give them content. You've got to stay front and center with them because that content is what is going to get them to really, really know, like, and trust you over time. Look, I'm starting a weekly show here for you. We'll repurpose this content for sure. I've got a website set up, which you can go up and, it'll be around this somewhere. It's justiceegan.com/live. You can go submit your questions. You can subscribe for updates of this if you want. I'm sure I'll have some really cool gifts over there as well at some point. We just got that page up and running today. But once you know who you're talking to, once you're willing to solve their problem, and again, it takes you getting up, solving your problem, or just going and becoming the expert by informing yourself, by growing your value on whatever it is, whatever niche that target market's in. Then the last part, probably the toughest one for people. Commitment, okay? Content marketing is a long-term strategy. Now more than ever, okay? The search engines, they take time. They're not as friendly to some of us as they used to be. A lot of your content, a lot of your traffic is going to come through social media. It's going to come through word of mouth, through referrals, through people commenting, liking, sharing. So you've got to commit to the long term here. So many people, so many marketers, so many home business owners, they make their decisions based on emotion, based on an idea, based on excitement, rather than goals and objectives. So somebody will create content for a few weeks because they're all excited about the idea, but then, they get an email that says, hey, you should be overdoing this new strategy, and they kind of, scurry off over there and they drop off on their content creation. I'm going to tell you, if you want a presence online long term, if you want to generate leads, if you want to generate sales for your business, then you're going to have to, especially when it comes to content creation, you're going to have to make a long-term commitment. Okay? And, all I can tell you is you got to anchor into what you really want. Why is it that you started a business? Why is it that you pursue success? What's that going to do for you in your life? And that's what's going to get you up making a video every day, creating a blog post every day, whatever it is. Because let's face it, there's nothing sexy about running a blog every day. There's nothing exciting about that. I don't get up, and Alea will tell you, I've got signs all over the house here, right? And the signs don't say, write a blog post every day, right? The signs say, I'm going to create $20,000 in new business, okay, in 6 weeks, right? That's what's driving me. Now, how do I do that? Well, I create lots of content. I connect with more people. I do more webinars. I bring more value to the marketplace. But so, you get anchored into what it is that you want to accomplish and just see that content is a vehicle, okay, to get you there. And you really just, you have to make a tough commitment. Us getting better, us building better habits, us getting better at coming to the marketplace with this stuff day in and day out. And in order to do it, right, you've got to solve your problem, you've got to grow, you've got to bring more knowledge in. So, in order to do it, you've got to grow. And if you commit to it long term, really great things are going to happen. So, questions, guys, give me some hearts if this is making sense to you, if you're getting value. Let me know if you have questions. Because if not, I'm going to direct you guys over to justiceegan.com/live. Go over there. You can obviously access the live stream, which you're already on, right? But make sure to subscribe. If you're on Periscope, subscribe to my Periscope. If you're over here on Facebook, you can subscribe there too. So go over to justiceegan.com/live. You can enter your questions there. We're going to go live, I think, 2 p.m. on Wednesday. Okay, I think that's going to be the day. But if you sign up over there for updates, you'll know because I'll send you an email out and that'll tell you what the topic's on. Plus, I do lots of cool webinars and give out lots of content and free training. So you're going to want to just be on the update list. Simple as that. So I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys stopping by to check out some information on how to improve your content marketing. Are there any questions over there, Larry? Or are we good? We're good to go? All right, guys. Well, I'll see you over on justiceegan.com/live. Talk to you very soon.